Henry David Thoreau once said, "What's the use of a fine house if you haven't got a tolerable planet to put it on?" The world is in global warming. Everyone wants to leave the world a better place, but there's a lot of environmental factors that are coming into play that are making that very difficult. And people are dying for something to help them do better. They want to cling to a new idea so that they can feel like they are not ruining the environment. Electric vehicles seems to be the answer. I myself, I'm not that convinced. Today I'm going to be talking about why electric vehicles are not the best choice, why new technology is always a dangerous place to invest, the risk of batteries that are used in these cars, the high carbon footprint that they actually leave when you break everything down and sort of think about it, the opposing side, the solution. One of the main problems is new technology. Everyone's gone out and bought the newest PlayStation 4. Everybody has gone out and bought an iPhone, an iPod, and then had them be very glitchy and had to wait for an update. And San Jose Mercury in 2006 reported these problems with the Toyota Prius. When these vehicles came out, there was a recall. It was voluntary, but it was a software update to help prevent thermal stress in the engine. That's not something that I'm wanting to deal with my new vehicle. I want to know that it's working and up to speed because that's something that sounds pretty dangerous, especially if I'm spending as much money as I am to save money. They say you have to spend money to save money. Well, these vehicles aren't as cost efficient as they seem. When someone goes to a lot to buy a Prius or any other electric vehicle, they go there so excited to not have to fill up their gas tank every week. They are going to go to filling it every month as opposed to every week. It's really exciting. People get very excited about not spending that much money on gasoline. Well, that's what brings people to the lot. The problem is that since these cars are so new and so specialized in how they work, they are costing their owners quite a bit more money. Consumer Reports stated that in general, hybrid cars cost their owners $3,700 to $13,300 more dollars over a 5-year period compared to the traditional gas-powered vehicle. It also said that when they followed 6 hybrids through the purchasing process over 5 years or 75,000 miles, none of those cars recovered their premium price. Not one. I pick my cars knowing that even when I'm done driving them and I have beat them up, that I'm still going to get a good return from that car. That is why I drive a Toyota Camry, not a hybrid. So these people are purchasing these vehicles to save money, and they end up wasting it in the long run. And that can cause stress, which can be bad for your health. The car itself can be bad for your health as well. These batteries that people are using in the car are having many different problems. The Age in 2010 reported that the Environmental Protection Agency commissioned a report stating that nickel and cobalt cathodes in batteries cause adverse respiratory, pulmonary, and neurological effects. This is bad for the world. When these batteries are taken out of the vehicles and they're put into dumps and people are waiting for them to decompose, animals can go across them, they can seep into the soil, and these sorts of nasty chemicals that we are mass producing for these cars are going to spread throughout the world and end up causing more problems for people. Because I know if it's bad for me, there's no way it's good for my children, and I don't want to expose them to that. And getting back on the reason that everyone's buying these cars for the low emissions, that ends up not really panning out in the long run as well. Most electric vehicles are made in Asia, most specifically in China. The power in China, 85% of it is produced from coal. That is obviously not good for the environment or for greenhouse gases and ends up breaking down the ozone layer. The people that are buying these cars to help the environment, that's what they're doing. And coal's not good for that. And that so many of these vehicles are being produced in Asia, ends up not really panning out. McElroy in 2013 stated that the University of Tennessee and Yale studies that found this information said that it ends up being bad for China's environment if electric vehicles end up picking up more and more. And this same article also stated that Yale published in the Journal of Industrial Ecology a cycle assessment of conventional and electric vehicles. They did diesel and electric vehicles and compared them, bringing everything into it. The production of the car, the amount of emissions it has, the production of other things versus other things. Well, it ended up stating that there was no difference in the carbon footprint of a diesel car versus an electric vehicle. So that argument that it's better for the environment to drive an electric vehicle doesn't end up actually being the case. A lot of people are clinging to this idea, like I said. They're very excited about it. And the opposing argument is brought up that by Motor Trend. Motor Trend named the Tesla Model S the 2013 Car of the Year. I think that this car was named Car of the Year due to the fact that they were really excited and wanting to promote electric vehicles, because electric vehicles have not been around as long as car companies like Porsche and BMW that have been making eloquent, beautiful luxury vehicles that don't break down as often, that don't have as many problems, that have a long-standing reputation of being able to be fixed. It beats them, and I think it's because Motor Trend saw no better option to help the environment and cut down on greenhouse gases. Well, there is a solution, and that solution is natural gas. Forbes.com stated in 2012 that state governments were coming together because they all needed a replacement of their vehicles, the vehicles that deliver your mail, fire trucks, police cars, tow trucks, snowplow trucks. These vehicles needed to be replaced because we have been in a recession and there just hasn't been the money to replace it. Well, many state governments came together to promote the solution of using natural gas. These include the state governments of Oklahoma, Colorado, Wyoming, Pennsylvania, Utah, Maine, New Mexico, West Virginia, Kentucky, Texas, Ohio, Mississippi, and Louisiana. These politicians came together and went to Detroit, went to automakers and said, please help us. We will give you a reason to mass produce these vehicles because we're going to use natural gas. We want the world to, and then you all can have a reason to produce the technology. Chrysler said they'd do it if they were guaranteed a buy from the government, which they are. And Ford is jumping on too. They're really excited about this opportunity that's been handed to them. They are producing an F-150 that has the option to be used with natural gas. You can, when ordering your car, you can choose that it be used with natural gas. Many people can go and look into saving money and picking natural gas as well. Using natural gas, if it was sold, would be about $1.50 to $2 a gallon. It's going to help our economy. It's going to be great for it's going to be great for the economy, and people aren't going to be broke going to fill up their cars. Many vehicles can be transferred over easily into using natural gas instead of traditional gasoline. So please go to your dealership and ask for more information about if this can be something that helps you. So today I talked about how new technology has lots of hazards, the health risks of batteries that are used on these electric vehicles, how they actually have a much higher carbon footprint than anyone realizes. I touched on Motor Trend, which is the opposing side, and I also stated a solution, which is natural gas. So go down to your dealership, see if this is something that fits you, and I encourage you to get more information. Thank you.